Hey everybody, welcome to Pastor Jerone TV. So there's a dude on the radio named Charlemagne the Goof. Calls himself a god, but we know better than that. We know far better than that. But he doesn't. That tells you something about him and his warped sense of thinking. But he, of course, is a very liberal dude. He's black. He's got money. He's got his money. And he remains in money because he's a liberal shield. He's paid to be in that position to promote the liberal agenda. Okay? The more you can suppress knowledge, the more you can keep people in a category as Democrats, you're doing a great job, boy. You're doing a good job, boy, and we're going to pay you that money. And this is why people like those people on CNN, those gay men, the black one, Don Lemon, Angela Rice, what's the one that said that we was in a white lash, and he's married to a white woman. I forget his name. Van Jones. Van Jones talking about we was in a whitewash, and it was a white lash. He's married to a white woman. Okay? Black people are you're so gullible. We just get whipped. We put these people on there because they can twist the truth. And they're slick with their tongue and they're quick with their wit. And they're paid to do that. They're paid to do just what they do. And that keeps black people ill-informed and keep them in that category as Democrats. Because if they keep them in the Democrat category, they're not free. They're not free. The government does not have to give them anything. They don't have to help them. They don't have to change education systems. They don't have to support them in any way because they have their loyal vote. Okay? But Charlemagne the Goof, is the dude gay or bisexual? Because he's always pushing that LGBT stuff. And that's where we heard from that old boy who said he likes transvestites. Yeah. Forget his name too, but he was in that Why Did I Get Married? Forget his name. He was the one that was married to in that movie Why Did I Get Married? He was married to Janet Jackson. Yeah, I forget his name. These people aren't important to me, and their political views definitely aren't important to me, but I know what they're paid to do. So Charlemagne the God said, he pretty much admits that Donald Trump is helping black people get paid because we're getting jobs. Historically, black people have never worked in this country as much as they're working now. Okay? But Charlemagne said, it doesn't matter. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how much money you're making. Because if you're still a slave, it's a terrible thing to still be a rich slave. Well, that's exactly what you are. All of you movie stars and rappers and celebrity folks are nothing but millionaire dummies and slaves. Okay? To the powers that be. You sold your soul, buddy. You sold your soul. You're a slave not only to men, but you're a slave to the devil. Okay? So we don't need to hear this stuff, man. Take your gay butt back to the pits of hell. Because don't nobody want to... Listen, the black people are waking up. They see Donald Trump. He's not a racist. Donald Trump is a nationalist who loves the country and who has some flaws. I'm not saying the man is perfect, and most of you Christians out there aren't perfect. And your pastors ain't, because they're creating babies and all kinds of stuff. One lady told me, said, Donald Trump, I hate him because he was talking about touching a woman's private. I said, you're a Democrat, right? Okay. Well, you're supporting two men touching each other's private. Which is the greater sin? Which is the greater sin? A man touching a woman he's not married to? Or a man touching another man? I know one is called sin or adultery or fornication. But God calls a man touching another man abomination. But you guys ain't going crazy over that. You're voting for it. You're not upset about that. You're not upset about the transvestites wanting to go in the bathroom with our little children. But you're upset because a man was having a conversation with another man he thought was private. And he's just having a conversation that men have. All right? And he was being recorded. But the last president was voting for men touching men, and he approved it. But we wasn't mad about that. Yeah, Charlemagne the God, or Charlemagne the Goof, is not even worth listening to. He's a satanic shield. He's a devil. And he speaks the philosophy of demons. And he's not worth the conversation. And so please don't listen to these people. They know the Democrat Party know this. I think when President Donald Trump became president, he only became president with about 10% of the black vote. For 2020, Donald Trump's going to come in with probably about 25 to 30%. And you know what that does? That marks the end of these socialist Democrats who want to stop freedom of speech, who want to kill babies up to the day they're born, who want to take away the Bibles, all kinds of stuff. These roads are tore up out here. Yeah. Yeah, the Democrat Party, they're exposing themselves. Okay, they're making up stuff on the president. They're trying to impeach him, just like they do black people. See, black imprisonment became popular under Democrat rule, okay? Black unemployment under Obama was historically high. But black imprisonment under Clinton was historically high. President Donald Trump is releasing black people from prison with prison reform, okay? But this Charlemagne, yeah, that's what he is, Charlemagne. Charlemagne the Goof. He's saying that that it's not worth it because our civil rights, not civil rights, but our civil rights. Our civil rights is being taken, and it's not worth it. I'd rather have my civil rights instead of having money. You're a liar. You're a liar. You'd rather have money than civil rights. But he'd never mentioned what policy that Donald Trump is enforcing that takes away civil rights from anybody. There's nothing he's doing that's taking away from civil rights from anyone, from any group. But he probably thinking about the LGBT because President Donald Trump took away their right to be in the armed forces and get in there and not go to war, not go to training because they're too sore from their sex changes. Okay? That was just a slick way for Obama to put his minions into the army and get free sex changes paid for by the taxpayers. And I'm glad President Donald Trump ended that. Yeah, but Charlemagne the God, he's another paid shield that wants to keep black people numb and dumb and Democrat. And another thing that's very dangerous for America is they're legalizing marijuana. They're legalizing it. And it's making the people dumb. And dumb people vote Democrat. They do it. And these are the very people that's bringing in outsiders in our country, giving them more rights to our tax money than we have. These are the very people that's talking about killing our babies. These are the very people that's got monsters going into the schools teaching little kids crazy stuff. I'm talking about monsters who are men dressed as women. You see? But you're voting for that and you're a Christian. You're going to have a lot to answer before God. When you stand before God and he talk to you about the murdered children and those babies are standing before God asking God to avenge them of those who killed them, you got a lot to answer for. Right? And it's going to be an eternal answer. All right, look. Yeah, avoid these people. Avoid them. They're living their best life. And they know the truth. They know that Donald Trump is great for this country. Charlemagne knows he's great for the country too. But he's not going to tell you that because he's paid to tell you the opposite. The Democrat Party know that they're in trouble. And they'll do anything to hide the truth. This is Pastor Jerome. I'll see you next time.